Be a good solid 5 minutes of close-up of the bait fish.
Your funky ass beat line. Something to dance to. Funky ass bait line. I don't need 5 minutes to do it. Unless you're gonna put them all in one bowl.
Just have them fight each other for 5 minutes.
Motherfucker, I wanted to be in here when you guys put this in here. It's 6 gallons, man.
They totally cheated us.
Next time you mix Kool-Aid, it's 6 gallons. It's a 6-gallon Jello shot, Hannah.
That's impressive.
It's a 6-gallon gummy bear. Have you seen the 5-pound gummy bear?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the 10-pound ones?
No. I want a
They're like $60.
When the second Harry Potter came out, they had Dobby the house elf. There's a full latex like movie model of him. And they had him in a display case in all the Walmarts. It was lifelike. You or was it Babyhead? One of you guys did not like that fucking Dobby the house elf. I don't remember which one of you it was. So I tried to get it, and they had fucking whatever happens with the Walmart displays. I don't know. I never got one. But I really would like to have a little Dobby the house elf and a Yoda, like the Yoda at the knife shop, the knife place right around the corner at Blade Show.
Right, yeah.
We took the picture of Yoda with Yoda.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to have that too. See his black tail? So I didn't know this, but we had him in Amanda's office. This is actually Amanda's snake. It will sit there and wiggle that thing. I'm like, what the fuck's it doing? So we Googled it out, and it actually does that to lure birds in, like a worm. It will put its tail out there and wiggle that shit like those fish do, because it eats birds and shit, and they'll fly in trying to get that, and he will grab that fucking bird right out of the air. Thus the giant fucking teeth, because they catch shit out of the air like that.
That's cool.
So this tank is really just, this is for us. The snake could give two shits whether it has these plants and stuff. Guys that breed these things, highly successful breeders, put them in just those fucking tanks we had them in to soak them. They put a dowel across and a screw on each end, and just put wet newspaper in the bottom, and they'll keep them in a heated room. That's fucking the most successful breeders breeding these things. This is just for us. This is just this landscape and terrarium bullshit, because it looks good. But in theory, like, an animal won't breed and won't eat, you know, if it's not happy in captivity. Ball pythons, you take a ball python, put it in a nice landscape cage, doesn't do that good. Fucking stressed all the time. You take it and put it in a little fucking drawer that slides in and out that you can't see it. It's, you know, nice and warm, and it hides, because that's where they hide in a lot, in the fucking burrow holes and shit in Africa. Dudes are like, oh, that's so inhumane keeping them in those breeder racks. Well, the animal fucking sleeps and eats and shits and breeds. I mean, it's obviously content.
Content.
That's what makes the animal happy.
Yeah, he's not on the fucking cruise to Alaska and shit. He don't give a fuck. He wants to hide in a hole with some mice and shit. So, we missed the placement of it, but there is the snake, and he is now de-shedded. He'll eventually wrap around and perch there. Do we have this heater back on? We do have the heater back on.
Yep. I plugged that heat roll back in too,
Okay.
because you had the display one.
Right. I need to get a thermometer in here. I'm gonna have them cut a piece of Kydex to plug this hole in, and then just cut a piece around so that this will just kind of sit there for now until I got another hood we can actually rig this into and cover that, and that'll catch the heat and evaporation as well, and keep it more humid.
So you said you're going to do that with a piece of Kydex?
Yeah. Well, whatever that shit downstairs, it's not Kydex we use, but it's like Kydex.
That plastic stuff?
That we use for the liners and the diaper packs and shit. Yep. Come on, camera's rolling, Stace, come on.
Are you missing Mr. Crawley?
Yes. My spider.
She's fucking, this is a weird girl right here.
She has a spider. She likes to pee in the shower.
A spider.
What type of spider?
A rose-haired tarantula.
You're not gonna cry right now, are you?
Do you feel a little awkward being on camera?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
I don't have anything.
Usually you're sleeping when they're filming you. Yes, it's AA batteries.
Pretty cool.
I like it. Nice. What are you doing in here?
I've covered the whole hill.
There's no fucking way you've
You've
picked
gotten
up all the
every
pine
pine
cones
cone.
on this property.
He said the hill.
What hill?
The hill that's right out there.
Every pine tree is what I said.
You know, the whole fucking highway is lined with pine trees on our property, right?
Every pine tree.
Do not go on the road. Don't go down the cliff.
Sounds like
It's her running this thing. Oh, it's fucking raining. Even better. Okay, now you're gonna be doing it in the rain.
it's actually quite refreshing.
Hey, this is your future. It's arts and crafts time, Grandma. We're gonna take those pine cones. We're going to lacquer them red and black. So we're going to make Christmas wreaths out of them. We're going to sell them as we compound Christmas wreaths. Because our subsidiary company, because we're a farm, 2 goats and a goldfish farm, we have to sell a product. One of the products we will sell is Christmas wreaths. The other product will be eggs and goat milk. And every time we send the guys out to the road to sell our products, they will have 2 goats and a fucking goldfish with them.
Why?
Because that's the
name
farm
of the company,
name.
2 goats and a goldfish.
I really like this light bulb.
I do too. It's a little overkill. It's too big for the lampshade. So I need a smaller one. Those ones I want to have Carrie build some. We'll just have them hang down. We'll just have them hang and follow the roof line on the inside here. So it illuminates with those Edison bulbs.
That'll be really cool.
That look neat. They put off a good amount. I don't know how much it's going to raise the temperature though. These things these put off a crazy amount of heat. Just
Oh, these ballasts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You leave those on for a couple hours and come back, it's noticeable.
Crazy. One more thing. Which one more?
Let's get in the bath.
Is it your
Wash
turn?
it off.
Oh.
Alright, I really don't have
They're
anything
both
else. Hannah, this tank looks really nice. That's cleaned up really good.
Yeah, look, that one over there too.
So these fish are indestructible. Like, according to the chemicals on all the tests, this is the worst tank in the whole building, yet we haven't lost a single fish. The tanks that were spot on, and the water came from the same place, the fish came from the same place, the fish came out of the same filtration system for the fish store. But those tanks crashed, and then I fried the ones in the bathroom in
That way?
there. When I had
There we
that python in there, I had the space heater on, and it literally cooked all the neon tetras, but the Placostomus lived. But the worst chemically balanced tank in the whole building is completely fine. That one is
I blame the
actually
Tetris.
easier to maintain though. The other ones have running, maybe that's it. The other ones have running water, which makes a nice, sound. But this one has a different filter system. And it has, the water definitely runs better with this. It kind of makes the water circulate in a circle.
Well, that was the only way to find out.
What are we finding out?
If the sound of the waterfall, the gurgly, bubbly, whatever this thing makes, is going to be annoying enough to where you're going to tell her to take water out.
No, that, I keep that overfilled just like it is.
It never was like that.
Now when you turn that has the awesome LED lights. It has blue and white LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
And it will circulate the water enough that it will cause bubbles. So it's like having a bubble wall in there, kind of. I never put any fish in there. It just looked nice in the dark.
They're all gonna look awesome come party time.
Yeah, some asshole will dump one of them over or something.
Don't what?
It's fucking.
And the
That's why
fish
we're
tanks.
only friends and family are allowed. We're letting upstairs. The mass is not coming up. There'll be a guy down there keeping people from coming up. But friends and family and challenge coin holders will let them up.
Hey, Dad. While we were making the video earlier, this one
There you go. There you go.
This one I just broke.
This one was broken.
This one kept white when this one was rainbow.
What's your point?
This one is, a few of them were white.
Where have you been?
Out
So
here.
I called myself buying all white. When I got home, there were 7 packages of these. Only 1 package was white. I bought them to put in with the betta fish in the canning jars or mason jars. Well, we ended up with these. So instead, we're going to put these in people's drinks and let them illuminate their drink,
Whatever the drink may be.
whatever their drink may be.
Tyler will swallow one.
Yeah, I didn't.
I could actually see that happening.
Tyler will swallow one. And we will have to have him sit on the toilet till it comes out.
What are we building now, sir? NSW rigs?
NSW rigs. Lots of small stuff to finish orders.
Finish orders. A lot of shit.
A lot of
And as a
small stuff.
byproduct, that puts inventory and finishes other people's orders also.
We've already got 100 plus. I know it's more, but we only numbered the first 100. 4th of July. We got a lot of 4th of July. Deadpools are still coming in.
See the mason jar holder?
Yes, that's pretty cool.
Peach cherry apple pie.
My idea.
His idea. But I figured, because, you know, Forsaken has that song, Peach cherry apple pie. I just thought it was cool.
Cherry and
Sebastian's gonna rap
apple. Yeah.
with
Yes,
Mike.
I
Yeah?
In front of everybody.
am. Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You sure are fucking with that thing a lot.
What?
Huh?
And what?
What?
Oh? Seriously?
Are you gonna get in trouble from your dad because of the vulgarity?
There you go.
He just doesn't see anything.
He doesn't see or say?
C.
He doesn't see anything.
He doesn't watch the videos? You know he will now.
Do you think he will now that you're...
He doesn't know they exist.
He doesn't know they exist?
He does know.
Oh, what?
Bet you he does.
That's convenient.
I bet you your mom finds out because she freaking Googles John Willis.
Yeah, I'll bet Mom starts watching him and hooks Dad up.
She's supposed to be blocked from everything. But her Facebook keeps breaking, so she makes a new Facebook. But it's not broken, she's just blocked from everything.
She thinks her Facebook's broken.
Yeah, so she's made like 7 Facebook accounts.
Mom's a stalker.
That makes sense.
Hannah is an adult and
Well, sort of.
lives with her dad and is on break from college, and she is working here for a few weeks, getting all the animals squared away, just cleaning them up, fine tuning them, and then she's going back to school. And Mom, just out of the blue, found out she was coming here somehow and started hitting her up. And what'd she say? Deliverance? Was it deliverance or what was it?
She said that she was going to follow me here and come talk to everyone.
Well, she can. I don't have any
I
issue
don't
with
care
that.
if she comes and talks to me, especially after the whole Charles Manson.
Charles Manson, that's what it was.
Yes.
It wasn't
after the
deliverance.
Charles
Let
Manson comment.
me read what she said.
I mean, she's more than happy to come out to the compound.
And this isn't your first time. You've been here half a dozen times.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first time we let you out of the cage.
Okay.
First time you came here in your pajamas.
I was not.
Bullshit. Yes, you were. Yeah, you had on pajama pants.
No.
When you came to the first party, they had like,
I had Galaxy leggings on.
there you go.
They weren't pajama pants.
Same thing.
So they were like space pants, kind of.
Yep. Apparently no one remembers me there, so I had to show them. Okay, so originally we altered the story and said that I was coming up here to do art.
Well, you were originally coming here to do art. We were going to do the back door.
Yeah, that's what she thought, that I was coming here now. But I'm taking care of all the snake cages. But I forgot that we told her that, so she was asking me how things were going. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking care of all these snakes and geckos and lizards and fish. She's like, well, how many do they have? And I said, 50 snakes, 16 leopard geckos, 27 bearded dragons, and a tortoise.
Is that really what we have? 50 snakes?
Yep.
But you know
Really?
the inventory's correct. She just listed it like that.
Like that? No shit.
And,
What are their names?
well, the tortoise is Leroy Jenkins. And
Why?
because it's off of World of Warcraft.
Okay.
And one of the bearded dragons has no front legs, so he's Lieutenant Dan.
I wanted to name him David Larson, but
Well, there's one missing one, so
I got
that one
overrode.
can be David Larson.
That one can be
I
docked.
told her that, and she said, well, that's a little weird. Is that your job, taking care of them? And I said, well, it's awesome. More people do that than you think. I take care of them all day. I said, okay, I thought you were doing art stuff for the company. I said, well, I am. So then she switches back over, because I'm staying with Jeff and Gina. And she says, does this Scully have a wife and family? And I said, his wife is Gina.
Yes, they're all in jars.
His wife is Gina, and they have kids that are grown. And she said, okay, I'm just making sure you're not up there with a weird man. And I said, why would I do that? He isn't weird either. She said, I don't know. That's why I was asking. She said, everybody thought Charles Manson was nice and a cool guy until he started killing them. She said, I love you. One day you'll understand and feel the way that I do. I don't accuse people of being Charles Manson all the time.
She did say killing people, and just to clear the record, Charles Manson never killed anyone. He didn't kill a single person.
Really?
Nope.
He just
Really, he
talked
didn't kill
them
anybody.
into it. It was a suggestion.
What was her
Other
name?
people did
Squeaky.
it.
Squeaky, what was her name?
You squeaky something.
Who was out.
Yeah, some
And
of
did
the
kill some
some of the people
motherfuckers.
who actually did the killing are walking the streets, while Charles Manson has been in solitary confinement his whole life. And yes, if you pull Charles Manson out of jail now and you talk to him, he's as loony as a fucking bat. But I would argue with any of you that if I took you and put you in prison for the rest of your life in solitary confinement, you would be just as crazy as Charles Manson. Not that I'm defending Charles Manson. The dude was crazy when he talked all them dumb girls into killing everybody. But, yeah.
So yeah, I'm staying with the killer. It's awesome.
Well, like I said, your mom's worst fear is not that I am a killer. Her worst fear is that I'm going to convince you
To be a
that
killer.
you need to be a killer.
Well,
And really-
already Hannah the assassin.
And really, I
Yes.
would not be surprised
This
to
is
find
true.
out that you were a serial killer.
Most people do. I got accused of being the Antichrist once because they were like, you were too nice, you were too sweet, and they would never expect it from you. So
Well, like some dude was talking shit to her. I said, do you want me to send some people to talk to him and just break his leg? She said, actually, I want you to bring me his leg to me. She was not satisfied with just a little bit of leg breaking. She wanted the leg removed and brought to her, and she wanted us to put him in the floorboards and nail him in there alive. There's something wrong with you,
you had to mail me the left ear.
Van Gogh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're troubled. And your mom's worried about you. She should be worried about us.
Us, yeah. I don't get it. I lock the door whenever I go in the bedroom
I would.
because you never know.
That's
I
right.
mean,
At least it'll buy you a couple
You don't know.
cents.
You don't know how people raise their children. You know, I don't know. She's from Alabama. They do weird stuff down there.
They do?
Yeah.
Isn't that where Deliverance was?
It was. So, I lock my door every time I go to bed at night because I feel like I hear Hannah creeping around.
Or nails on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Crawling
So I lock the door.
I mean, she does have a pet spider.
Oh yeah, Mr. Crowley.
She's a skew.
You need some tarantulas.
No, I don't think any fucking bug.
Do.
No.
They're pretty.
No.
Yeah.
No,
There's
they're
blue
not,
ones.
They're not pretty.
You were looking at them.
Most reptile guys do spiders because spiders are easy to do and it's fast money. They do scorpions and spiders, and it's just not my thing. I'm not gonna run out of the room. I'll fucking catch them and pick them up by hand and shit. I just don't like fucking spiders. I guess if you're gonna have some spiders, I'd do get some like blue. What is it? Blue palm tarantulas or something? Blue some kind of blue
It's like
tarantula.
blue ornamental.
And
very
they're
expensive.
supposed. Their venom is much worse, and they're highly expensive. And I think they're aggressive
They're
and they're a
very
little
aggressive.
harder to care for.
But I want one.
A snake gets out, like you see that shit crawling around. You get a fucking cage of spiders out.
Will was letting it crawl on the walls, and my cat was trying to get in there.
Your normal tarantula, your rose hair tarantula. We used to have tarantulas in San Diego. You see them out mountain biking. and shit
Yeah,
all
oh,
the
yeah,
time.
all the time.
And usually you'd find a wasp that has stung one and laid eggs. So you'll find these tarantulas that are just paralyzed because the eggs are going to hatch and eat the tarantula from the inside out.
Yeah.
All tarantula wasps.
I almost feel like we should have a scorpion fight with our bearded dragons.
It's not really a fight. If you look at blood bank dragons, Brian May, shout out to Brian May, by the way, from Doomsday Preppers. That dude is actually breeds a bunch of bearded dragons, and he has these bearded dragons called Zeros that are completely white, no color pigment. $5,000 lizards, at least they were a couple years ago. Brian, been very cool to us. I reached out to him when I saw him on Doomsday Preppers, as a matter of fact, and we've been friends ever since, and send him stuff and some swapping and trading. But Blood Bank Dragons has some ridiculously expensive dragons as well, but they make a bunch of videos of feeding them emperor scorpions, and those things fucking just gobble those down. Like those scorpions, there's not a chance, man. They just fucking...
They put them in there live and
Yeah.
They go at it.
They fucking rip them to pieces, man. Hornworms too. You feed them hornworms. They feed dragons all kinds of shit. Like I've always said, we're lucky that bearded dragons are not big enough to fucking chase us around, because they are truly like little fucking dinosaurs when you fucking put food in there for them. Same with a chicken. Chickens are just as...
Yeah.
They were moving a bunch of hay bales. We were taking the straw and just putting it on the seed to where we seeded the hill last week. Like 12 mice ran out, and the chickens fucking ate and tore those mice to pieces.
The mice didn't stand a chance.
I think there was more mice than 12. There was
Oh, yeah.
there was a lot of little babies.
The ones that went in, but all the ones that went into where the chickens were,
Oh yeah, they were
the
gone.
chickens went after them. Which I was actually surprised, because it just... I get it, yes, they are carnivores, but the food that we feed them all the time is not...
That's a human thing though, like, because we take every table scrap we have and give to the chickens. The chicken will eat a chicken. You get a chicken that dies out there, they'll fucking eat that thing.
Yeah.
They'll peck it to pieces and eat it. We take all their own eggs that we don't eat every day out the scramble and fucking feed them right back to them. They'll eat any, especially if it moves. Baby snakes and shit, eat them up. They will eat anything they can get in their mouth.
Aquatic Critter has a...
What does this have to do with a chicken?
Since you put it that way, nothing.
What did Aquatic Critter have?
They had scorpions and tarantulas.
Yeah, they want too much. That's pet shop shit.
That is true. They did have a green anaconda that was not for sale.
Well, how good that does.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would've been cool.
It'd be like me owning a gun shop. No, you can't buy that one. I'm going to keep that one.
You can kid.
No, you can't buy that one. I'm going to keep that one too.
It's like, then what's the point of having a gun shop?
You
All those
should just-
airsoft guns in the corner are for sale, though.
You should just buy a gun shop, not actually be a gun shop.
Yeah,
That's what you need. You need a gun museum.
gun museum.
Buy a fully stocked gun shop.
I was happy Lance got his shop.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty nice. We need to take a trip up there.
It is nice. I've been in there.
We need to go up there and video.
The outside's not very nice, but the inside, he's got so much stuff.
It's actually pretty cool if you can create a licensed museum, because there's a lot of things that you can get from the federal government that you can't get as a real person. But if you create this museum, if you create some sort of museum and say, I'm going to open up the Camden Air and Space Museum, and the Navy will be like, oh, here are these 3 F-14 Tomcats. Please put one up in your facility and use the rest for parts. So there's a lot of things that you can get if you are an actual museum that you couldn't really get if you're just a regular Joe.
Do you remember one of the last Soldier of Fortune shows we did? The ATF was all up in arms. This dude was buying Cobras from Dermo, and he was buying these Cobras from Dermo, and he put a fucking minigun on one of them. He got an airframe and a turbine.